All right, so we should be live right now, but before we kind of get things underway, is there anything that you want to plug or anybody want to shout out?
No.
All right, man, sounds good. Well, I guess honestly, it's getting kind of a weird first question, but I remember like you had much longer hair, I think, back in high school.
Yeah.
It's nowhere near as it was in high school. So why did you change up about your hairstyle?
I just want some change. That's really all. My dad really wanted me to cut my hair anyway. He didn't really like him, so I was like, all right. And then when I used to play basketball, I used to get in my face and stuff, my eyes. I ain't really like it.
Yeah, was it like so? It feels like much better having just a normal hair, like nothing special.
Yeah, definitely. It feels so much better. I can actually see more. Like really, like them dreads kept getting in my face. Like when I used to put a rubber band up or something, it always popped. So
Yeah, it's like for me, like I like watching guys that have like the funky hair, like like Lonnie Walker or like his hair or his it was like Scotty Barnes. Like I
yeah,
when I think of Scotty Barnes, like I always think of him as the hair first. Like that's not. I feel like it shows like your personality. Like
yeah,
it's you got like I mean for me, actually I have a big personality, but in terms of my hair, like I'm not trying to do anything crazy with my hair. I just like it normally, but. Did you at all like? Did you like having it at all, or not really? Or was it like pretty annoying, kind of
Can you
having it in your
can you
face?
repeat that?
Did you like having your hair like kind of crazy like that, or was it always pretty annoying?
No. At first I liked it. I like how it looked, but then at like time over time I didn't really like it anymore. I've been wanting to cut it off really.
Yeah. So, is there any chance that you might grow it back or do something different in the future, or you think you're just gonna keep it like that?
I might do something different in the future maybe, but right now I'm not really worried about it.
Yeah, maybe you could you could dye it or something.
No, no, I don't want to die.
Nah, because I don't know Carl Sharon Font at Calvary Christian. He's kind of been dyeing his hair, so it's kind of a trend down here now.
Who?
His name's Carl Sharon Font. He goes to Calvary Christian. He's pretty good, but I mean, you're obviously not in high school anymore, so but there's a player down here that dyes his hair now.
Oh, I didn't know that. I really don't really tune into like high school basketball. I watch some of my little my little brothers and stuff, like
Mm-hmm.
Marvell and all them. I be still watching them sometimes, but after that I won't really watch it.
Yeah, you actually bring up Marvell, and I know he was at Wellington before he transferred to Calvary Christian. Is that really somebody that you maybe like kind of like a big brother little brother relationship to and everything?
We cool. We not little brother, big brother, but we just friends. Like that's like my little brother. I can call him whenever. That's something I say, but no, I won't gonna give him advice.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, coming from Wellington High School, like they're obviously a powerhouse program. Like before my school faced you guys in that game, like I did some research and I saw like state champ, like like state champs, like this year. I'm like, oh crap, like this team's pretty legit. So I mean, talk about playing at that legendary program in South Florida.
It was really good. Taught me a lot about basketball. Like, just beginning to start playing in ninth grade, just like playing for that program taught me a lot of positive stuff about basketball. So that really helped my game translate.
And I feel like Palm Beach basketball, like it's different from basketball or it's not really in terms of I guess like I don't know much about Palm Beach basketball personally. Like I know South Florida basketball, but like I don't know. I mean because I live in Broward, I just feel like Miami's closer. Like I don't really go to Palm Beach that much, and I know people in Miami obviously aren't going to go to Palm Beach that much. Like I feel like if you have to pick between Palm Beach, Miami, Broward, like Palm Beach is kind of like the outcast out of the three. So just kind of talk about that Palm Beach basketball culture, since a lot of people I feel like don't know a lot about what's up there.
It's just a lot. I'm gonna say it's a lot of people a lot of kids that slept on. Like there's some real good players out there, but they don't really get like the attention that they're supposed to get to me. But it's South Florida. Like I think it's a lot of great basketball players really.
Yeah, and you mentioned slept on. Something that you did was go to a JUCO program in Indian River State College. So I guess before maybe kind of get into your JUCO experience, like what kind of led you to that decision to play JUCO basketball?
Um, I really at high school I didn't have the grades to even go D1. I learned like throughout the whole season, I learned I won't be able to go D1. I had D1 offers though, but at the same time I didn't have the grades, so I already knew I had to go JUCO, and it was already close to home. It's like an hour away from my house, so I was like, yeah, why not?
Yeah. So how's school looking for you now? Like I'm assuming you're taking it at least a little more seriously now, right?
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely getting schoolwork done. That's the thing.
Yeah. So for me, like, I guess I kind of pride myself on academics and everything. Like, I'm not an athlete, so I don't really have much of a future in anything else. But just how'd you kind of learn, like, oh, like I can't slack off in school. Like I actually got, even though it might be completely useless, like 5 years from now, like I really can't slack off on the stuff. When did you learn that?
I learned that when I graduated. Really, I seen where I was, and I didn't really like it, so I was like, yeah, I gotta tighten up. I really just gotta focus on school now. It's gonna be a big thing in the future, so I gotta just lock in right now.
And was that just kind of like were you maybe like not falling asleep at night and you just kind of have that thought in your mind, or what was that exact moment when you realized, like, if I want to go to the Division I level I'm supposed to be at, like I also got to get it together academically as well?
I learned that here. Our coach really stressed that a lot about school, so that really helped me too. And like if I really want to play at the level I think I can, that's gonna be the most important thing. I got to know how to finance and everything.
Yeah. So what would you say is your favorite subject in school? One.
Science. I say science. Science. I like science, but it's really an easier subject to me.
Yeah. I kind of get, like, even from someone asks me what's your favorite subject, like I honestly don't really have one either. It's like I thought it was history, but man, history in high school has been terrible. Like I thought I liked it, but it really stinks.
Yeah, I know how that is. I used to like high school and middle school. Then when I got to high school, I said, nah, bro, nah, this not something I really like get into.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, I don't want to, like, go off on how bad I think school is and everything, but like it's it definitely is a lot of time, a lot of not like wasted time. Like it's important to be smart and everything, but like there's a lot of better things I could be doing than sitting at home doing like a bunch of homework.
Yeah, but now I like school. Like I actually miss being in school. Like right now, I don't like the Zoom calls and stuff. Cause you don't even learn much.
Yeah.
So I'd rather have it in person to me.
Yeah. Well, like I'm not saying like I love going to school, but it's more just the home. Like I guess I love school. I hate homework. That's kind of how I see it. If I had no homework, I would be like, even like I'd be like the happiest person. Like I only love doing things depending on how much homework I get. Like if someone's like, hey Isaac, you want to be, do you want to play varsity basketball? Like I suck at basketball. Like, do you want to play varsity basketball this year? And like I'm like, oh yeah, sure. And like, so like, do you think you're gonna like it? Like, are you looking forward to it? And I'm saying, like, I'm gonna have a great time as long as I don't have homework. If I have homework, it's gonna be a completely different story. Like it's crazy.
I can agree with that though. I can definitely agree with that.
So going to St. Bonaventure now, do you know maybe what degree you want to study in and everything over there?
Yeah, I got my A degree in business, so I'm gonna just continue that. So I actually one day I want, if basketball doesn't work out, I want to own my own company. So
yeah. Do you know like what kind, like, do you have any idea, like what kind, like there's a lot of companies, like what kind of company are you kind of thinking?
Really my own shoe company.
Okay, that would be like, so like make your own shoe and everything like that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that would be very cool. Do you watch it all, any Shark Tank or no?
No, I don't want to watch. I don't want to watch Shark Tank.
No, I mean, you want to make a shoe company. I guess that shows like doesn't teach you how to do that, but like there's a couple shoe. That show's all of a sudden like always on my TV, so I always end up watching it now. It's crazy.
Yeah. I'm gonna check it out one day though.
Yeah. I mean, if you're trying to be business, it's kind of like I at least I now know, like, I guess maybe I know some negotiating skills. I don't know too much about business and everything, but I at least know like how to negotiate maybe a little bit.
Yeah. That's important key.
Mm-hmm. And I guess in terms of your recruiting process, like talk about kind of how that went. Was it all different going to a JUCO school and being recruited than it is compared to being recruited at the high school level?
Uh, yeah, it's like kind of a big difference because high school coaches can't really contact you until you hit like a certain like grade, but in JUCO they can like text you or call you whenever,
Yeah,
and they can offer you like whenever too. To me it was kind of, to me it was different. Like yeah, to me it was totally different.
yeah. And were there any schools? Because you said you did have offers in high school. Did any of those schools kind of come back and maybe build even a more relationship with you? This year when you were at JUCO.
Yeah, some of them tried to text me, but it was really kind of too late. I already had my schools.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, I wasn't like following the recruiting process too much, unless I was. Like, I have no idea what I really missed, but I just kept seeing like all these offers. Like, I don't know when you committed exactly, but it felt like just a couple months ago, like you just basically picked up like thousands of offers, like just one a day and everything, and that was basically it. Was that really what happened? Like, just basically, in April, you just got like an offer a day for like 2 weeks, and then made your decision.
Yeah, yeah. I had around that time I was really getting a lot of school like a lot of I have schools wake me up in the morning just calling me, and then I have schools at my coaches like my coaches make a big joke out of it, like he'd be like he's my secretary or something. Like I have a lot of schools, so at the time when no, I was like I don't want that many offers because it's really gonna make it harder to pick one school. You can only go to one school.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to like really trim it down. When I got to a certain number, I said no, I'm just gonna pick schools out of that.
Yeah. So why do you think like you just got all those offers kind of in that very short period of time instead of more like, just more spread out gradually?
It was because the end of the season, like the end of the season was so short, and I was really like on a like a run, like I was really just doing good at times. So schools just try to build that relationship right then, just offer me because they had the number one spot they thought, and then like at the same time like my mom was never made up. I really never had a school like listed.
Yeah. So when you did end up picking St. Bonaventure, just what kind of went into that decision?
We had a Zoom call, and the Zoom call I just loved it. Like I just like they're winning program. Um, they like I could really just come in and play my game. That's really every school allowed me to do that, but for a winning program, yeah. And one of my goals I set this year is to play in the NCAA tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So
And I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. They're an A10 school where people could argue that's better than some of the considered high major conferences out there in the country. I guess playing in the A10 where that's going to be a really tough conference to play. And how excited are you just to now play? It's almost like living a dream. You go from playing at just a kid from Wellington playing JUCO, and now all of a sudden you're in the A10 playing against all those schools.
it's a blessing. I always say every morning I wake up I pray. And as a kid, I didn't really like basketball. So when I start playing basketball in ninth grade, I always hear about those high major schools. When I was like a freshman, I always thought the A10 was a high major school. Nobody couldn't tell me they had VCU, Richmond. I always thought those Dayton, like I always thought those schools were high major. So I pray every time I wake up. It's just a blessing, really.
Yeah, that's awesome for sure. And I gotta ask, like, it's kind of a cliche question, but since you're my first JUCO player, I kind of already know the response. But just talk about I guess what JUCO basketball is like.
You gotta get out the mud for real. Like it's a hard grind. I'm gonna say that it's a hard grind. It's not for a lot of people, really.
Yeah, and I want to almost play like devil's advocate. So I mean, we think about it like JUCO is not at technically, the Division 1 level. Like it's if you if there was a chart where it explains how it is, it's like JUCO would be kind of at the bottom of all the college basketball. So why do you guys say like it's hard, like you got to get out the mud and everything at JUCO when really if you're just looking at like a map, someone doesn't really understand like how hard it is, they would say like, oh, JUCO's where the worst players go. So why do guys always make that statement?
Because JUCO, we don't have the same things that those type of schools have, like D1, D2, D3. Like you really have to get everything. Like we have to work for everything. I'm gonna say, because we have no spot. It's only for 2 years here. It's not really a 4-year school. So after those 2 years, you don't really pick up anything. It's over. You got face to face. It's over really. But I want I've always heard the worst players go to JUCO, but they always come out like NBA players. They're NBA players that play JUCO, so they can't be the worst.
Mhm.
If being realistic, they can't be the worst. They're just players that have to develop more.
Yeah. And I guess like is the competition, at the JUCO level, like I've seen, all these like my Twitter's always flooded with like, JUCO's so good at this, like all this stuff like kind of hubbing up JUCO. Like is the competition and the players really that good?
Like JUCO's like every other level. We're all human. That's how I look at it. We're all human. If I'm always think I'm better than somebody because we're all human. Nobody's a god really. So
Yeah, except maybe like Stephen Curry or something like that.
yeah, like they're still human. They can still get the ball blocked. Like they can still get the ball stolen. Like everybody makes mistakes. Really, it's just if you work, that's all it is. It's just hard work. That's all it is.
Yeah, for sure. And when you go to college now, I don't know. Actually, how many years like do you get to play? How many years at least do you get to play now at St. Bonaventure?
I have 3 years of eligibility after this year.
Okay. So, I mean, you're getting 3 years. I guess three compared to two, technically, it's not that big of a difference, but it does kind of seem like a lot more difference. Like you get 1 year, think about it this way, like, your next year, this is going to be like an adjustment year. You're going to kind of get used to the system. Then you got, I guess your second year to kind of get used to everything, like maybe, kind of apply your skills more and figure it out even more. And then your third year, you really showcase your talents and everything. But at JUCO, it's like you get the first year to figure it out. Then you get the other year. If you don't figure it out by then, like you're screwed. So do you think you might maybe play like with a little bit less kind of pressure on you since you do know you kind of have more years of playing at St. Bonaventure compared to when you were at JUCO?
I'm going the same mindset. Next year can be anybody's year. I can go in and do amazing, and put up points. Yeah, and to leave to go to the league, to go to the NBA. Then, but at the same time, it don't put no pressure. I never felt pressure to myself. I don't know why. I just never felt pressure to myself. So I'm just going with the same mindset. Just do anything I can do to win.
Yeah. So I mean, like the way you described it to me, like when you said, JUCO, you get 2 years, and then you're done. Like, I mean, that's. I'm not an athlete, but if I was, like, that would scare the crap out of me. It's like I got 2 years to play JUCO, and if I get nothing, no offers, no nothing, then wasted all this time in high school, like training every day, like playing these games, like on road games, even in high school too. Like those are long days. Like you're busy the whole day and come back late at night and everything. Like you spent all that time your whole life for 2 years, and now you're done, and now you got to figure out some backup plans. So how were you really able to not feel any pressure in that situation?
It's really just the work you put in. To be honest, that's my mindset. Confidence comes from preparation. So as much work as you put in, then the outcome gonna be success. You're gonna be successful.
And a lot of players say they put in work, and like I see, like a lot of players, are actually training every day and putting in work. But it seems like, training and working hard is something you really pride yourself on. So describe to me, like, I guess your workout routine and like how much hard work you do that does separate you from other players. Because I feel like, basically every college athlete probably trains every single day anyways. So like what makes your work better than theirs?
I just I don't know if it's a difference. It's just I just work. I don't know. I think I don't know if I work correctly or I just don't really know. I just work. That's all. That's all I was taught. Just put in some work, and then the outcome you're gonna be successful.
Yep. I hope, I mean, it seems like, I guess, would you say you're kind of an example of that? Like all you did was just train every day, probably got up early sometimes, stayed up late some nights, like training in the gym and everything. Would you say you're an example of that cliche where, you put the work in and the success is going to come?
Yeah, I'm a clear. Like I never played basketball until ninth grade. And when I actually start playing basketball, when I really liked it and I really wanted to see where I can go, I put hard work in. So yeah, I'm just like a prime example of that, to be honest.
But I guess now, since you said you never played until ninth grade, is it because like, do you think where you are where you are today because you really just put in that much hard work of you never played until ninth grade, or do you think you might have some gifts a little bit because starting at ninth grade, like that's like crazy late. So
Yeah, it's all God, to be honest. It's truly God given talent, and then same time hard work. If those two can go together, then you can accomplish a lot of things.
yeah. So how'd you discover like like were you not playing basketball at all when you were before ninth grade, or were you maybe just playing for fun and then all of a sudden like you played on the team in ninth grade?
And in middle school, I played middle school basketball, but I didn't play, and I never really took it serious. Like I wouldn't practice. I just right after school, I just go to practice, play around there, and go home. But then ninth grade when I made JV team as a freshman, that didn't sit right with me. I didn't want to come in as a freshman and play JV. Even if I didn't work, I just wanted to come in and play varsity. But then to me that something just clicked in my head. I just said I gotta start working hard now.
Yeah. And I found like for me, like I wanted to play even JV basketball so bad when I came to high school as a freshman. I didn't make it. I ended up I'm just the manager now. I've been the manager freshman, sophomore. Well, I guess sophomore I was also with JV, and then last year the varsity. And next year I'm gonna do the same thing. Like I couldn't make the team and everything, but if I did, I would have been so hyped being a freshman on varsity, on JV, even though I'm not the best athlete, so it would have been a big deal for me. But like that's what most players play junior varsity basketball, that most players play JV their freshman year. So even though that's extremely, extremely common, like why would that not sit well with you to play JV as a freshman?
I just always thought it was good. I always thought it was like really, really good. I always thought I was better than what I was. I'm gonna say I always thought I was better than what I was. So
Yeah. And I feel like what you just said, I mean, obviously, like you kind of took a different approach to it, but most guys, like coaches probably hate players where like they're pissed on making JV. Like you just kind of, you just gotta, if you're mad about not making varsity, like put the work in. But I mean, most guys would be like, I gotta make JV, like screw this, like like I quit. I'm gonna transfer. I'm gonna, I'm not gonna handle the adversity. So why'd you choose to, instead of just getting mad you made JV and quit, like you actually chose to stuck it through and put the work in and everything?
Michael Jordan story. He played JV and he's the greatest player of all time. So it's not really wrong with playing any level as long as you can play that. Then that's a blessing.
Yeah, definitely. So is Michael Jordan, like, I guess I don't ask if he's like the GOAT, because that's such like a cliche conversation to have. But is that the guy that you look forward to? Maybe because he's really faced a lot of that. I mean, there's probably players that face more adversity, but like I think he got cut from the team one year and everything, and then he goes like retires, plays like baseball, like just he's a freak of nature. So is that somebody that you kind of use, like obviously not for personal guidance, like you don't talk to him personally, but that's someone you kind of use, like if someone's kind of getting you down, like, oh well, this happened to Michael Jordan or stuff like that. Is that something you use as motivation?
Yeah, I use him, Kobe, Kevin Durant, LeBron James. I really use every player as motivation because they're
Yeah.
just like us. They're all human.
hmm And I want to ask for tonight's game in about an hour. Lakers Warriors. I haven't really watched an NBA game all season, but still, like I just love just the thought of it happening is like exciting to me. So I guess are you planning on watching that game, and who do you got? Who do you got winning?
Yeah, I was planning on watching that game. I got LeBron James. I got Lakers.
Yep. Yeah. Same here. But however, like the one games I have watched have actually been of the Warriors, and I'm a very conservative guy. Like I might want to be a coach when I grow up. Like I don't like shooting threes, but like it is so fun watching them play. Like I can't like not complain. I mean, I can't like not be impressed by what Stephen Curry does. Like I would think he's the MVP. I don't know if that's the case around the league, but like he is insane. Like just I can't even believe like the stuff I see him do sometimes.
Yeah, he's a now him. I won't. Sometimes I'll be like I don't think he's human. And sometimes
Yeah.
I'll be like, he's not human, but I don't know. He's just really amazing. That's all he is.
Well, somebody, I mean, I guess it kind of relate to you, but somebody actually that I did an interview with ages back. He lives in Atlanta. He finally received. He's a junior. He finally received his first offer. So I mean I you don't even know who he is. Like I thought it was pretty cool. You know, like he really just put in work from he had no offers. Now finally, junior year's over, coming to senior year, got his first offer. So I think that's pretty cool.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I cannot believe that. I'm like in shock. Wow. Usually, like I was not like I never seen him play before, so I don't know how good he actually is. But you know, to not have an offer for such a long period of time, like you know that's definitely very impressive for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I guess I know you did make a cut list though before you picked St. Bonaventure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess which schools were which schools were in that cut list, and how do you know narrow down the schools you had to that cut list?
I narrowed. I had two. I narrowed it down 2 times. I narrowed it down from my 9 and to my 3. At my 9, it was like Georgia Southern, Iona, Western Kentucky, South, Southern Mississippi, and some other schools. I don't really know names off the top of my head, but I narrowed those down for like making impact, like me coming in making an impact. And like
Yeah.
every school, I always narrowed it down. I always narrowed it down to me coming in and making an impact.
So do you expect next year that you're probably going to be getting some playing time?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's something I really picked up on. Like I interviewed them. I'm not going to like call out their names. Like I interviewed some players before the season started. They were going to these high major schools. I searched up their stats, and they maybe played like zero. They like averaged like 0.2 minutes during the season. So I realized it's like that hard to play college basketball. These were guys that were top 100, top 250, and now all of a sudden are going to college and not playing a single minute. So I guess like I mean like is that like getting immediate playing time is something that was really important to you?
Yeah, playing time was really, really, really important to me. I really want to go somewhere where I can make an impact. I want to be able to win. I want to be able to win at the same time, but I want to be able to do something like while we're winning.
Yeah, and somebody that I think was at least like probably former top 250, top 300 was Quadri Adams. I think that you say his name. He transferred to you guys. So are you like I guess pretty excited to play with him or what?
Yeah. I don't really know him that well. I already know he's good. The coach has already told me he's very good. So but I never really seen him play, so I don't really know what to expect.
Have you built a relationship with any of the guys at St. Bonaventure, or have you not really reached out to anybody yet?
Yeah, I talk to them. I talk to a couple of them like mostly every day.
Yeah. Are you like when you committed or like a couple days after? Did they make like a group chat with you, or they start all reaching out to you and everything?
No, they just start reaching out to me. We ain't make a group chat yet, but I know we're gonna make a group chat eventually.
Yeah. So I guess what's it like talking to these now future college teammates and have you been able to build a relationship with them?
It's really easy. We're all gonna be teammates eventually. At every school, I always text like the team and ask them how it is. So it was really easy off that.
Yeah, for sure. And I guess, man, I'm trying to think. Like I had some actually. Yeah. All right. I remember why I checked Instagram in the first place. So I know. Did you won? Was it like juke? It wasn't. Was it like you won Player of the Year for something? What did you win Player of the Year for?
Florida Player of the Year.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, winning Florida Player of the Year. I'm sure it's obviously a huge deal, and I know Florida is like one of the top states for JUCO. Just what did it mean to you to get that accomplishment?
It was really a great compliment to me. It showed me I can really do a lot with basketball to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, was it at all like? I guess you're not. When you're playing basketball, you're just trying to play your best. It's not like you're like fist fighting people to get the award or anything. So I guess what was it at all hard for you to get that award? Because I don't like Florida is loaded for JUCO.
I just really played my game and wanted to win. So I it just came with it. I'm gonna say.
Yeah. And do you have a favorite moment from the season?
Can you repeat that, please?
Yeah, yeah. Do you have a favorite moment from the season?
My favorite moment. Mm, the whole going to Kansas. I'm gonna say going to Kansas and playing national tournament. That was my favorite moment.
Oh, the national tournament for JUCO and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's it like? Do you think that was kind of very helpful for you? Because you said the goal for you is you want to play in the NCAA tournament. So would you say playing in that JUCO tournament is going to help you a lot with your experience when you now go to the NCAA tournament, hopefully?
Yeah, yeah. I got a lot of friends that went to the NCAA tournament, and it's kind of like saying you go somewhere new, you get to play on an amazing court. So it really got and you get to play against top teams in the country. So that's just like that kind of like it.
Yeah. And I'm curious, in high school, I'm sure you played a lot of games, but do you have a favorite game from your high school career?
Yeah, the Cypress Bay game
Oh man,
to go to state. That's my favorite one.
man, that like, is that like actually your favorite, or you're just trying to be like kind of
No, that's actually my favorite. Like to go to states.
yeah. So for the people that don't know, what made that game your favorite?
Oh, it was tied. I want to say it was tied 66-66. It's like I want to say 3 seconds on the clock. A backup shooting guard steals it from the like half court, like he tried to throw a full court like pass. He steals the half court. He just throws it up and makes it to win the game.
Yeah, that was unforgettable. It's actually, when I talk to players in the interviews and they're saying like, next season, like we lost this game, we lost our regional final game by 5 points. Like we're so hungry to get back, and I'm like, all right, like good for you, like close game, whatever, like boohoo. Like this is how my school lost in the regional final. We go to states for the first time in school history. I show them that, and they're like, oh yeah, that's pretty bad. That's what they always say.
And it's on ESPN. I didn't never expect to go on ESPN, but
Yeah, I don't remember it. Yes, I only saw it on overtime and this other thing. Oh, overtime max preps and some other thing, but I never saw it. It got on ESPN too.
yeah,
Yeah, that I didn't see. I was it like a top 10? What like what was in
it
the
was
top 10?
top. It was on the top 10.
Yeah, yeah. Do you know which number it was?
I want to say 5. I want to say 5.
Yeah, like here I have. I saved in my like in my bookmarks on Twitter. I saved like the two like I have it saved like right here. Like yeah. I got it all here to show people. Yeah, that was so crazy, for sure. But I guess other than that game, do you have like a favorite regular season game or playoff game in South Florida? But besides that one,
Yeah, when I score, I want to say 40 plus.
that's crazy.
Trying to. I tried to break the like our school record that was held by Trent Frazier.
Hmm.
It was like 4 or 5 minutes left in the game. I could have broke it, but I sat the rest.
Did you choose to rest or what?
Nah, they sat me.
So, were you really mad about that?
Huh? Yeah, I was mad, but we won. So
Yeah,
at the same time, I really didn't care. But dang, I
yeah.
still think about it sometimes.
Well, I mean, that's not as bad as though as losing to a half court thing. So yeah, yeah. What team was that against?
It was like some scratch. I don't want to be racist. Like it was like some Jewish team.
Oh,
I don't know the name. I think you'll know the name, but I don't know the name.
yeah. I think it's called like Ben Gamla or something like that.
I want to say it started S. It was like a Miami team.
I don't really know. There's not too many of those. Not too many of those out there. But yeah, I'm not too surprised by that. But I want to know. So I remember after that game, like I saw a lot of you guys on Wellington, like we're having this, like, you know, he had a lot of Illinois gear on, so I realized, oh, Trent Frazier was at Illinois. I kind of learned about that later. But was he? Did you get to play with him in high school?
Yeah, I played with him my sophomore year. I think he was a senior.
Okay, so I mean, he obviously, you know, like he's not just, you know, a bench player at Illinois. Like, I think starter. Like he's getting minutes and buckets for Illinois, who I had in my bracket. Broke my heart, but I had them in there winning it all. So I guess playing with him in high school, what was that like?
It was a great experience. Really, I'm gonna tell you the truth. It was like wow. It was like he really won like one of the best players I ever played against. Like in practice and stuff. Like had to guard me. He's really up there. So like I always look as a kid. I always looked up to him really, but eventually I had to look. We the same.
Mm-hmm.
Like I play. I think in my opinion I can compete with him now. And like it's like really a good friend of mine.
Yeah. And I'm sure you could too. So is he someone you kind of consider like big brother, little brother relationship too? Like, is that someone you always kind of ask for advice and everything?
Yeah, I ask him for advice a good amount of times.
Yeah. So I mean, is he somebody? If actually, oh, I forgot. He's done with college, right? Like he's graduating and everything.
Yeah, but he's going back to Illinois.
Okay. Yeah. So he's playing again, right?
Huh?
Wait, is he playing again?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
Here didn't count.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you could play against him, how bad do you want that to happen?
It'd be a good game. I like that game.
Yeah. Actually, something I kind of know is Coach Colin at Wellington. Like I saw, like he really supported Trent like crazy. Like I know he would go to a lot of his games. He even went to some of your games too. I mean, just how good of a coach is he, and just how is he able to really build those relationships with players where after you guys leave college, like again, like he's still going to Trent's games and everything at Illinois, and he lives in Florida. Like I'm assuming he's gonna go to a lot of your games as well. So just how good a relationship do you guys have, and why is he just so good at building those relationships with his players?
He's a really good coach. He's like an older brother. I'm gonna say he's like an older brother. He tells us like the truth. I'm gonna say so. We really like he's just a great supporter to all of us, all of his players really.
Yeah, for sure. And I guess yeah, kind of as a more like closing question to end the interview. I want to know, what do you want your legacy to be like one step away from the game of basketball?
I really want to go down as the greatest scorer. That's something I pride myself about, scoring the ball.
Yeah. I remember you were getting, I'd say your name a lot of times on that microphone. So I know you could definitely do that for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah. But anyways, man, really appreciate you for coming on, taking your time and everything. Kind of means a lot more to me, just because like I've actually, you know, I've known who you were for at least now like over 2.5 years, like 3 years. So definitely, you know, an honor to interview you, especially, you know, South Florida guy and everything. So just, you know, props to you, kind of helping, you know, put South Florida on the map and everything.
Thank you for having me, really.
Yeah, no, it's an honor to really interview guys like you know, like no need to thank me at all. Like I would have never have thought, you know, I'd be talking to people like you, or, you know, even I'm sure, you know, like Chris Walker from Wellington or Marvell, just like any great basketball player, no matter South Florida, out of South Florida. Like it's really an honor to be talking to you guys. So really appreciate you for your time. But anyways, yeah, make sure you guys give us a follow on Instagram. Is at KN Deuce. I'm assuming that's how you say it. I Hoops FL. Anyways, for incoming St. Bonaventure shooting guard Linton Brown, I'm Isaac Fleischer, and this has been another I Hoops FL interview. Peace out, guys.